Hi folks, a very warm welcome to all of you to the 2024 World Cup. So Thrones is back with this team competition where nations are taking part, and we can show you how it's all going to work. So the teams have been split into three groups, ABC basically, but they are named here Fire, Ice and Song on the jousting pavilion. And everyone plays everyone else in their group. Now the numbers didn't work out that great, so one of the groups has an extra team, so they're going to basically have to play an extra round, and since there's an odd number of teams, one of them will have to rest every week, so they're basically going to play 2 extra weeks compared to the rest, and we'll eventually get a cut of 8 teams, so with 3 players advancing from the big 3 teams advancing from the big group, and 2 from the little groups, and then the third place teams from these first 2 groups will also play each other for that last spot, and then we'll get the bracket. So we're going to be watching the first game, well, the first time recording on this channel anyway, and the pairing for my team Slovenia in round 1 is against France. And how it all works is basically it's a best of 8, so you play with each faction once, a random pairing, and whoever wins wins. So draw is also possible, of course, if it's 4-4. And the first game Sara and I are going to cover here is Peter's game. So he opens this one against Mad, and it's actually worked out that they're both playing Tyrell White Book, and we're not going to go over the decks here. So it is open deck lists, and you can check the decks yourself. I will put a link in the description, and I will be doing so for the remainder of this tournament for every video. So just to let you know, we will be recording some of the games from our team, not all of them. It's impossible to record 8 games per week. It's going to be maybe 3 or 4, and we'll see if it works out that I manage to grab games from any of the other teams as well. And then in the cut, of course, maybe we'll focus on the teams that get through and show you some of those. So yes, with all of that said, let's join the game. Just an apology, the start, I'm running out of voice for some reason, so bear with me. So we have Peter. He was talking before the game about the absolute need to get the Green Apple Knight as early as possible, and the Baristan, so that's a good sign at least at the start. But Mad also has Marjorie and Jamie, which is not bad, but not quite as good, I would say.
Yeah, and there's not much for economy. And I think the other one that's really good is Hollow Hill as well.
So this is open deck lists, of course, which means you can check the decks while watching this game if you like. I will put links in the description as usual. And the players, of course, know the decks as well. Okay, so Bounty and the King's Road. That's quite a burst of econ. He can pretty much do what he likes, but he did spend his limited card for this, so won't be playing an Arbor here or a Red Wine Straits.
Okay, but he has this anti-jumper Jamie, which, considering that Mad has 2 cards and shadows, can come in handy. Of course, presumably there's also pinch in it could also be pinch in shadows. Yeah.
Well, spent everything, and not that much gold on the other side, so there won't be an Arbor here either, unless that's the only thing Mad marshals. But he does
Yeah,
have
which
that
wouldn't be great.
free knight here.
So Peter actually plays 3 copies of Sir Parman Crane. It's a new card that hasn't been tested a lot, but hopefully it's gonna do its job.
Yeah, there's Duheris in both decks, if I'm correct. And yeah, they do tend to go pretty big with Baristan and the 6-cost Knight of Flowers, so Harris hits both. At the moment it's hitting Peter harder. But Parman survives it nicely. Although at this point, since Green Apple Knight is there, maybe Green Apple Knight and Baristan is the choice really. Okay, so no King's Guards to stand really here for Mad. On defense, I mean.
Yeah, and I think with 0 gold, there can't be anything. Except another... Yeah, it can't even be another Florent Knight. Hightower Knight, sorry.
Gets a Nightmares, that's not the worst thing.
Yeah, we played 1 test game and actually 1 Nightmares 1 time was a pretty crucial event, so maybe that's a good sign as well. Yeah, this is like a pretty bad start for Mad, right? No economy. Somewhat weak board. So.
Yeah, has to claim one of the 3 characters. Now Peter doesn't put the renowned characters into the challenge here. And probably that means that Mad will just pass, I'm guessing. Although could do Intrigue. Yeah, with Marjorie. She wins against Green Apple Knight if he defends.
Yeah, I think you could also do a power challenge with Parman Crane. It would be free. I mean, he either defends or it's unopposed. And...
Yeah, and this is not good, hitting the second bounty, because there's nothing in play, no econ locations, and the King's Road also spent, so... But he gets Hollow Hill and he gets Sultan, still standing there. So has the board advantage, econ is equal, and he... Okay, card advantage, I don't know if you could call it that, because there are 3 cards in shadows for Mad as well now.
Yeah.
I could have kept the pressure on really by taking Renown on 2 characters, would be up to 6 now. And Mad is the first one that's going to have to play the Harris, I think, if this persists.
He couldn't get 2 renowns, right? Only 1 Baristan has renown. Parman doesn't have renown right now, right?
Oh, he doesn't have Renown, that's correct, yeah.
You need to have Bryce, Karen. Or I suppose you also have 1 copy of Edmund Coy in the deck, I think. Or maybe not. I don't know if he changed his mind at the end there.
So Mad finds an Arbor with Oltan, or actually misses, but the Arbor is on top
It's
now.
gonna be drawn.
Which means he can sacrifice a round to get it into play, but actually Late Summer Feast he has, so yeah, he has this econ plot that Peter doesn't have, so I guess he now kind of has to put the Arbor into play, then go into the Harris and try to win from there with the superior econ. Yeah, Peter's just going to play another knight. Now Parliament has Renown.
Yeah.
Okay, he kind of has to hold back a little bit for the Harris, unless he thinks he can just go into a quick tourney and win, but yeah, I think the Harris might be coming next round. Let's Matt go first. Of course, the agenda is nice on defense. You can stand some characters. Let's see what this does, if anything. Does seem to have the cards, and has he spent the... Yeah, spent all the white swords, so not necessarily great now to discard the king's cards from hand.
Yeah, but you don't really want to kill any of these characters now.
No. Yes, I was going to say it's good to go second in that respect, but of course less good to give Marjorie the chance to pull someone into a challenge, and of course Green Apple Knight being a non-kneeler. And
Discards red wine straights. I hope he has some other source of econ in hand.
yeah, he must have
Maybe.
another one, surely.
Yeah,
That's
maybe he
the
has
one
Arthur
card
as well.
he would... I mean, with this board, you don't need to play any more characters, so he would surely keep the econ.
Yes.
And not too difficult to discard cards. It's late Summer Feast anyway, so even if Matt refuses to do challenges, Peter will do them, and then it's either free power or free cards.
Hightower is definitely not the best econ right now. I don't know, would you maybe prefer to have red wine straights?
I would for sure prefer to have red wine straights, yes. Especially against the Arbor for after the Harris.
Yeah. And he gives 2 gold, so it could be Pinch and it could be Nightmares, I think he plays, and it could even be Bounty into Sir Robert Strong, right? Or no, he spent the limited. Okay.
Yeah, of course, if you could get Jamie to kneel, he stops some of the shadow stuff.
Yeah, but you should be able to defend Pinch right now.
Yeah, I assume he'll just defend with everything when he gets the chance because of the agenda. Is there an old Billbone in the deck? No.
No.
Well, that should be defendable.
So it's 8 now with Jamie. You can defend with Jamie, and then the question is if you stand him.
Is there
I think it's
nightmares
probably
maybe
alright.
for Green Apple Knight here?
It could be.
Oh, Lord Renly's Ride.
Okay.
And is that enough for Pinch?
No, it's 12 to, I think now 13. So wins, but by 1. So not even enough to intimidate. I think.
Alright, Mandon is not in the challenge. Yeah. Oh, and hits the Arbor. So why not play the Arbor instead of... Oh, maybe it was drawn for Late Summer Feast, actually. I mean, with Hollow Hill and Oldtown in play, you need the Arbor more than you do Hightower. So that's now 1 Arbor and 1 Red West Trade's gone. That's unfortunate, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Talking about Pinch, I guess if you plan to play the Harris, since you are losing on the board, pinching Kertes actually is not that great either. Yeah, can do intrigue, but can do another military. That kills yet another character.
So what, presuming Matt plays the Harris, what are you keeping now?
Well, probably Green
You
Apple
could
Knight
go...
in Baristan.
Oh, yeah, you can't keep 3, yeah. So, it has to be.
Okay, don't forget to trigger the locations. And just, yeah, grab another Green Apple Knight. That's as good as
I
anything.
suppose. Well,
Finds another Jamie. The problem is, since he failed to play the Arbor, he's going to struggle to put cards into play after the reset potentially. He has he played the Maiden? So the Maiden is 6 gold. That's the best he has, I guess.
yeah.
And there would be 7 on the other side with the Harris. Okay, so does this to gain 1 gold, even though the character might be going away now. And needs Baristan to do this, so I guess he's not keeping Baristan now.
Suppose you could keep
He's keeping 3
3
now, I
now.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is that already... Is there a chance to play tourney? That's my question, I guess. It doesn't think so. It's going to play king in the north first. 1 character lost, of course, for Mad as well here. Although Mandon,
Yeah.
I guess he doesn't mind losing. Maybe there's another one. Let's Peter go first. He's going to keep the 3 knights and a non-kneeling Green Apple Knight here. So there's 2 nightmares in the deck, and one has been not played actually. It was gone for intrigue.
Very good. Yeah.
Well,
That's a strange choice.
maybe he thinks he needs Jamie.
Well, but it doesn't work now, Jamie, right? Oh, it works because it's forced. Okay, that's good, at least.
Well,
And there's red vein straight.
Dupe to absorb claim, so nothing too terrible should happen this round. Because
Yeah,
of
and
the
if there is
plot.
pinch in shadows, now Matt has to defend the intrigues.
Old Town still standing, that's not the best. If he was going to play king in the north, I guess it was a chance to trigger it in taxation.
Yeah.
Well, the agenda still works, so fake challenges are a little more difficult, but 2 non-kneeling knights, so... And immediately takes that chance to kneel Jamie. Means he's
Yeah,
not
and
doing
also
power.
I think it's probably I'm thinking this might be pinch then. Oh, but he can trigger pinch now because
No.
of his plot, right? Yeah. Okay.
And Matt still has 1 white swords. If the right card gets pulled for intrigue here. He's going to defend with 7. That's a weird number to defend with, really. There's no win by 5 that I can see that hurts him here.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe he's overlooked that pinch wouldn't work.
Yeah, I did as well first. At first.
Decent enough, but the Knight of Flowers can do 2 challenges now. If he starts with power.
Yeah, but doesn't seem that there's good chance to win on the military.
Okay. This is not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
It's just basically remove the Knight of Flowers trigger next round for himself. What's going on now?
I think it's all good.
Yeah, that's and he's basically revealed the card, which is not to his advantage. Now, are we close enough to be able to play tourney is my question. Depends what the last cards are in hand, I guess, or the one in shadows. Because the Green Apple Knights can do 2 challenges each, and there is some strength, so that would be 4 renown just from that, and there's Jamie as well. And does he win initiative? Well, he doesn't actually against the other tourney, because he hasn't been able to play the maiden yet.
Oh, but I don't think Matt wants to play tourney now. It would be a bit wasted, I think.
Well, if he can get a good round with Marjorie trigger and get some pinch or something, I don't know. Oof, okay. So maiden. So now he wins with tourney. He's not going to be forced to do Harris himself. That's 3 plots left are do Harris, tourney, and his own political disaster, right?
Yes.
So Hollow Hill is gone. He prefers to keep the high tower. Now it's a good card with if you have Tyrell characters, that's an excellent card.
Mm-hmm. He has to play around pinch now, but I suppose there's still a dupe and there's really no other threat to remove Jamie.
Well, 3 knights now that will stand from the white book. I think this is a good investment from Peter to play the maiden, so he can make sure to go first next round. Just needs to be within reach of winning this this game, I think. I do hope he has something in hand. Now PD is gone, so not sure if duping the red white straits necessarily is a good thing here.
Yeah, he has his own political disaster, I guess, but
Yeah, I don't think that's getting played.
yeah, I suppose not.
Or it might be. If he can't win with Turney, then he would have to, I guess. Unless he wants to do Harris. Now he could, of course, think about his own to Harris because he has the two little ones, which help, and Mad honestly doesn't, so we would be carrying two characters through only.
Well, honestly, Peter would also have two characters because 5 costs can be kept with 2-3 costs.
Yeah,
So
but
it's a bit
maybe
awkward.
if there's another high tower knight, that would be pretty decent.
Yeah. Although, if you put High Tower Knight in, you would need to kneel Jamie, and that would be right. It wouldn't work, right? Because he kneels Jamie to put him in, then discards him immediately. Right?
So he's kept 4 gold. Yeah, I was just going to say, he has something to spend it on for sure here.
Ah.
Oh, okay, so we may as well grab that now with
Yeah.
Old Town. I was going to say, if he was struggling for characters. Okay, should really follow the action windows here, but
Yeah.
I guess that's
Okay,
Mad's mistake.
well.
Yeah. He would trigger Old Town if he's struggling for characters, just to have something to spend the gold on. Now the card in shadows, we are guessing it might be pinch here. And yeah, that's as good as anything blanking Marjorie, so she can pull anything into the challenge. Downside, of course, is that the spy just gave +1.
Mm-hmm.
And there's actually not that much renown now, so he's going to finish this round around the same number. Maybe Jamie gets something. But yeah, with the knights he has now, he could do a good tourney, I think.
Yeah, I think if Mad had the nightmares for Old Town, he would have commented. Probably.
Now these guys can stand. And can you defend this? No, not with what's in play right now. So might be worth, yeah, just leaving it. There's no put to the sword
There's
in
one...
the other deck.
Yeah, there's only one renown, so I guess if you put it...
Now, do you take Jamie? No, he's going to keep the dupe just in case. And he's a knight, of course, whereas the spy is not.
Although now you are, I think, also losing on power if he goes in with all of them, but I suppose it's alright, you just get all your challenges back.
Yeah, the agenda has been spent, so...
Think this Lord Lionel's Light is only one copy in Matt's deck, I think. I'll check really quick.
Yeah, I think so.
Suppose he would have played it already, but that would be a possibly problematic one.
Yeah, I think he's calculating if he can do challenges in a way to trigger a pinch on both of them. That would force Peter to over-defend and waste his round, basically.
Can you, if you have... Because if you go too low on power, he can defend and stand them. You have to go all 3 with power. Since Marjorie is blanked as well.
Doesn't bother. Okay, so now you get 3 challenges. They're not going to stand on defense. You can attack into 1 renown, I guess. Does he have his own pinch?
Well,
I mean, it's not like you're struggling to replay the character if you are mad here. There's the Arbor should allow him to replay anything basically. It's a bit of a hit.
14. Yeah.
Does that mean he's
So he has
conceding
defended.
the power challenge now?
Yeah, but that means power is also going to go for Peter. Which I guess is as good as anything at this point.
I'm slightly surprised that he is so worried about pinch. I mean, he could get a character back in hand and then just play white swords next round.
Yeah, he still has 1 copy left. And you get unopposed military as well. On 12 after
Yeah.
dominance.
I mean, I can't really see a way for Peter not to close this now. 1 card in hand. I mean, you'd have to have a magical top deck. Plus Soul Town, I guess, still to trigger. I mean, he has the slightly stronger characters. That's one thing in his favor. But really needs to just defend every single challenge so that the knights don't get renown now.
Well, he's going to draw now milk, which is a bit annoying. If you milk one of the green apple knights, that's immediately 1 character less and a bit of a hit on strength.
By the way, there's 2 copies of Sweet Sleep in Peter's deck, although I guess he would need to put it on both of them. Because he's going to go first for sure here. I mean, he could not, but I think he is.
Well, yeah, you don't want to go second and let Marjorie pull them in anyway.
Coppers needs more cards. There's going to be 5 gold with Coppers plus a potential bounty, so up to 8 somewhere. Yeah, I was just thinking, do you still let him go first? And no real reason, even with the milk. Should draw something here better and have enough to do 1 successful challenge, I should think.
Yeah, I think if you have 1 Sweet Sleep, you might as well just put it on Jamie now. Or, I don't know.
Maybe there is a Robert Strong in Shadows.
Yeah, I don't know if... Bounty would be great.
Okay, so this time he wants another card, and the Hedge Knight is pretty good because it's another
Yes.
knight, will boost the strength of the others, and he needs to be accounted for.
Also, it's a power with Old Town, and now we only need to get 2 renowns.
And Jamie is pre-knelt.
Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe there's one of the informers to stand him and give him strength boost. Because you could marshal technically the Little Knight and kneel him for I don't know.
Yeah, of course that takes 2 gold. So he triggered a high tower here, so maybe he's still hoping for a different card that he can play, I don't know. Or he wants Jamie Prinelt, I don't know. It's kind of a protection for some bad stuff that can happen in challenges.
Okay, so that I was gonna say that he's a bit weak on the power icons, but with Knight of Flowers, that's looking much better.
Sweet sleep on Jamie as well, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think it makes sense if you can only put it on one of these ones. It's gonna get milked anyway, so might as well be Jamie. You could do, I think, Knight of Flowers, maybe, but...
Well, Mad needs a
Is there a
bounty,
way?
I think.
Yeah.
Start with bounty and see if you can spam enough characters. If he hasn't drawn a bounty, then... Well, King's Road.
It's King's Road's almost as good. Yeah, and of course, Green Apple Knight gets sent now.
Well,
Does he have nightmares for the other one?
let's look at the math. So, on the attack currently, there's 9 on intrigue, which can be defended. On the power,
Yeah,
there would be 15, which currently cannot be defended, but okay, we'll see. And on the military, that's the big one, so it's just going for it. Okay. I mean, 20 on defense plus a nightmares would kind of win, and then you could stand your characters as well. And then we would go into another round, I think. Here we go. No. Okay.
I know. Then that's game over, I think.
Yeah. I mean, he only needed a nightmares in hand here, and he would have defended.
Yeah.
He would stand 3 of his characters plus Mark's ability. Okay, Jamie's net, so Mark's ability maybe not that great, but then we definitely have another round. And Peter is, I mean, the power is close and Mad plays Turney, so closer than it looked, I guess.
Okay.
What was the card? The Knight of Flowers.
Yeah, Knight of Flowers. So.
Okay. Yeah, I could have played him for 1 cheaper, but having Prinel Jamie, that plan kind of failed at that point. Unless you wanted to stand Jamie, which also is, of course, possible. Okay, so we win one of the mirrors. So the situation in the Slovenia-France matchup is not great in the matchups, in our opinion anyway. We got 2 mirrors that Peter is going to play, so those can go either way. But some of the other ones are not in our favor. Most are not in our favor actually. So even with this one, I think we're still favorites. Not only to fail to get a draw, but actually to lose this match against France. But okay, France is the number 1 seeded team, so we need to get as many wins against them as possible. Then see what happens for the rest of the group, and who knows, maybe the other games go better than we expect, and we get some decent result.
This one we had quite a good start.
Yeah. So fine, we'll see who plays next. Might be that I play against Muck in the Greyjoy Targ match, we'll see.
I think I played before you, right before you, tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So we'll have a pretty decent... we'll see what our chances are a little bit clearer at that point.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the Baratheon match. But maybe I get lucky as well.
Yeah. So we'll see what gets recorded as I said earlier, so we're not going to be able to record all the games from not only from the Slovenia team. I'll try to grab a few others, maybe here and there, but a few per week, I guess, is the goal. Definitely not all of them like we did for the Battle for the Seven Kingdoms tournament, and like I try to do for the team regionals. So we'll see how many we can get. So yeah, thank you all for being with us on the first one, and we'll see you in the remainder of the tournament, hopefully.